Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Introduce myself. My name is Rinjani, and today I would like to present the my paper, and the title is Analyze of English Learning Plan or ERPP in Junior High School by Viewing Spiritual Aspect and Student Attitude. There are four topics that will discuss today, and the first is introduction, and the second is theoretical review, and the third is research methodology, and the fourth is result and discussion. And the first is introduction. Education is a continuous effort to realize culture from one generation to another. Education becomes very important figure as a role model in order to continue to develop. Knowledge never run out because knowledge has a boundaries. To increase knowledge, a country makes facilities for its citizens to study well. One of them is school. School is a place for teacher and student to study together and observe things around them together. And school is also a place for students to form their identity and also shape the character of students so they understand how to behave toward fellow human beings and the environment. And according to it is same with Islam's view, and in addition, according to the Islamic view, in Quran Surat Mujadalah verses 11, ya ayyuhalladzina amanu idza qila lakum idza qila kilalakukum tafassahu fil majalisi fasa fafsahu yafsahillahu lakum wa idza qila la shushu fa fanshuzu yarfa'illahu alladhina amanu bikum walladhina utul ilma darajatin wallahu bima ta'maluna khabir. And this surah means that wahai orang-orang yang beriman, apabila dikatakan kepadamu berilah kelapangan di majelis-majelis, maka berlapangkanlah. Niscaya Allah akan memberi kelapangan untukmu. Dan apabila dikatakan berdirilah, maka berdirilah. Niscaya Allah akan mengangkat derajat orang-orang yang orang-orang yang beriman di antara kamu dan orang-orang yang diberi ilmu beberapa derajat. Dan Allah Maha teliti apa yang kamu kerjakan. And the second is theoretical review. According to the Kasiani 2021, English is the first language which is considered important for the purpose of assessing information, observing and develop science, technology, art and culture, and fostering relation with other nations. In the general guidelines for learning the 2013 independent curriculum or curriculum Merdeka, it is stated that the lesson plan or LPP is a lesson plan that is developed in detail from a particular subject matter or them that refer to syllabus. In addition, in the Al-Quran, there are verses related to planning and implementing skill in learning activity. And according to the Islamic view, there are verses related to planning and implementing skill in learning activity, and namely in the Surah Al-Hajr verses 18, and this is the Surah. Ya ayyuhalladzina amanu taqullaha wattaqu nafsun summa qaddamat li khod. Hai orang-orang yang beriman, bertakwalah kepada Allah dan hendaklah setia jiwa memperhatikan apa yang didahulukan oleh esok hari. And this verse means that we must look ahead and planning everything well. This means that by planning to learn, the learning schedule becomes more focused. It is also useful for teacher and student because planning is related to determining what will be done. Considering that planning is a process of determining learning activity to be achieved. And in this aspect of spiritual education is an education process that is based on the most basic and most basic needs, namely faith and fear of God as a source of our ethic, productivity, building relationship, honesty, morals, and ethics in education. And according to the Noim Muhajir, 1992, that attitude is an expression of one's effects on a particular social object that has a possible range from likes to dislike. And the third is research methodology. To analyze this study, the researcher used a descriptive qualitative method to describe the spiritual and attitude of students at SMP Negeri 2 SMP Negeri 23 Makassar with the instrument used being the document. The document instrument is documentation, which is collecting data by taking data from record documentation and administration in according with the problem to be studied. And for this reason, the data used for research is the learning implementation plan or RPP at SMP Negeri 23 Masakar with the population of in class 7 semester 1. And result and discussion based on the result of analysis carried out on document in the form of the lesson plans originating from SMP Negeri 23 Makassar, the table of suitable to of spiritual and attitudinal aspects show that the lesson plan and made by Mrs. Uli Mizad Rahman, SPD, is in accordance with the competitive standards to be achieved in the spiritual and attitudinal aspect, and the expected spiritual aspect are expressing gratitude and pray fervently. Then for aspect of attitude of responsibility, polite, self-confident, and collaboration. And the implementation of spiritual activity and attitude at SMP Negeri 2 SMP Negeri 23 Makassar can be seen from the first how students express gratitude for the opportunity to be able to learn English by praying before and after learning activity, and the second is be able to learning the second is student behavior in communicating with the teacher and student, and the third honest discipline, trustworthy and responsible behavior is something that must be applied as a student. And the fourth, the behavior of responsibility, caring, cooperation, and is loving is doing anything. Everything is noble things. Islam is a religion that cares and loves peace between one another. With learning this and like this, it can build students to always care about fellow human beings. And this is the conclusion based on the result of the analysis of the data obtained from the lesson plan or RPP for grade 7 English lesson at SMP Negeri 23 Makassar. It can be concluded that the spiritual and physical aspect has been included and are in accordance with the RPP for the curriculum Merdeka, where these two aspects are important to apply to students in addition. The two aspects are also in accordance with Islamic things that the attitude of prayer and gratitude, honesty, responsibility, courtesy, and self-confidence are very good things to teach students. With such as an aspect, it so help that it can be embedded in student consistently. And this is the references that I use for my paper. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.